Groovy. That bit. Come on now, you can do it. There it goes. All right. Howdy folks, how's it going tonight? My name's Dave and I'm a wood turner. I started this channel to help people like you become better turners and to become a better turner myself. I continue to strive to be a better demonstrator and a better teacher. Again, more reasons why I started this channel. So I thank you for joining me on Twitch Tuesday. It's time to get started, eh? So tonight I'm working on a couple of past projects, twice turn stuff, just a few things that I am wanting to give some attention to. This piece here was at some point I think going to be a box. It's a twice turned piece, but as you can see here, this is a glue line. It got a crack. It went all the way down in there. So what I'm going to do with this, instead of just tossing it out, is I'm going to use this as a mold for an idea that I have for this piece that is twice turned. The issue with this guy is that it's got a split all the way down. It's an all bark inclusion there. So the first thing I got to do is make this guy round so that I can hollow this out to the correct diameter that I want to fit this into. And I know that this is out of round anyway. And then I will work on hollowing this out a little bit. We'll probably shorten it. Not sure yet. So let's set this guy aside. Now this piece here is a little unusual because it has this split right here. I feel like that's not in the middle of the picture. There we go. Maybe that'll do. So I'm going to tackle the outside first, and then I'm going to wrap it with tape and packing tape before I do any work on the inside. I am intending to, I'm intending to fill this with brass. We'll see what happens from here, but that's my idea for this guy. This crack here, and then I want to use this right here for resin mold. I think I want to make an oversized egg cup with either a resin egg in it or something else, but in any case I want to make this a mold instead of just tossing it out. So let's get this guy going. And because that light over this way. Sorry if that washes it out a bit. I guess it doesn't. Gives me a little more light. Because this is split all the way down, I want to bring up my tailstock. And in addition to that, I don't want to have to take out too much more in the bottom. In fact, let's mark that. Well, it's going to change here in a second. On the outside anyway, but let's mark it really quick and see where we are. So right about there. So I really don't want to take it any further down. I might a little bit as the wall gets thinner. So I'm just going to leave that for now, I think. No, I think I'll round out the whole thing. So let's see how out of round we are. Let's make sure we're secure first. And another thing, because this is a more inherently dangerous piece, at least in my opinion, this guy's coming out. So I got face shield also. Face shield and safety glasses. Let's put that over here. Try not to knock my face shield all over the place. All right, so I want I want tailstock support, but I don't want the point digging into the bottom. So how I'm going to solve that issue is use a trusty tennis ball. Now let's give that a whack-a-mole once or twice. So it's fairly well centered, but the ball is going to squish, conform to the bottom, and give it a little bit of, it's not perfect hold, but it still will give it some backup to keep it in between the centers here. So it's not a whole lot out around, which is nice, very nice. So I guess I will start this way then. Pretty well rounded it out, but I want to finish the rest of this surface. It's kind of a bummer too, because it was I think it was sanded 220, but most likely that's also where I started my sanding, was 220. Okay, so I'm going to drop my face shield again, but I'm going to do a series of pull cuts across this surface again, because this crack is here, and you can kind of hear it chatter when it was coming down onto the tool headed this way, so I want to get more of a shear cut. And as I've said many times before, the pull cut is one of the safest cuts you can make. I'm only going to be cutting in this, let's grab this pointer guy here. I'm only going to be turning in this area up here, but my handle is going to be low, so it's going to be more of a shear cut than a push cut. And because this is a it's pretty impossible to get a catch doing this, and because of the shear angle, I don't actually need a handle for this. Turning is a lot. If it's not mostly finesse, it's a lot. So a pull cut here will do just fine. So pull cut and a shear scrape. I could go a little bit further down. I got to get rid of it. It looks like I might have bounced this off of the ways or something somehow, because I got these little, well, most of them are gone now, but I had these little marks like this, all the different points around the circumference. So I'm thinking it probably, when it was still green, I put too much pressure or laid it down on the ways here, and the gap between it caused these. And I had done it several times because there were marks all the way around. So I'm going to clean all that off. If you can't tell, I've got my elbows tucked into my sides. My left forefinger is riding right along out the back of the rest and just holding the tool in place. And I am just moving my whole body across. I'm not trying to use just my arms because with the rotation and all that, I wouldn't get as clean a cut as if I'm using my whole body and going with the cut. See if that cleaned it off. Looks like it did. So now I'll work down in here. So normally on a shear scrape or a pull cut, since the shavings are going down and away, normally I will just wear my safety glasses. But because this is still a possibility of being a dangerous flying object, safety first. Alrighty then. Let's do some more work down here. so got a bead down there. I think I could do a little bit better than that. Go. All right, let's sand the outside and then taper up. See where we go from there. Set this guy down for a sec. Gonna need breathing protection. So, air filter. Safety glass. And that was 150. I'm going to 220 now. Assuming I can find it. It's also 150. Okay. Very cool. It's got quite a bit of figure in it, even though it's a very pale wood. Alright, I think I am actually going to take some of that off. Connor Mallow, what's up, Dave? TC Schmo says, we are here. Howdy, folks. How's it going? How did the turning for the bringback go? I mean, I can wait till Saturday to see what it is. I'm just curious how the turning went. The show Saturday and Sunday was not bad. I understand from several artists that the attendance was down, and some of that may have been the very hot day. And then Sunday there was even less. But still did okay. Not bad. It's a nice show. Okay, I'm going to take this down, but actually what I want to do first, now that I remember what the hell I'm doing here, let's see, I can set this guy aside for a second. So let's throw some tape down. Let's see, I'm probably going to, well, at least take it to there, so I'll start taping here. So using a little painter's tape before I use the packing tape, which I guess, I don't know, do they call this fiberglass tape anymore? I mean, that's essentially what it is. But anyway, the glue on the packing tape is a lot stickier and does not release as well as the painter's tape does. So I'm putting the painter's tape down as a base and then using the strength of the packing tape for when I hollow this dude out. Hopefully it will help. There's going to be some flexing as I get the wall center. I'm doing what I can to make sure it doesn't come apart. Okay, let's put these off to the, how about right there? That looks like a good spot. Alright, so let's take this down. So anyway, it took me basically, well, most of Monday to recover because it was pretty hot. I did get some sun though. How about them apples? Okay, face shield. taking relatively small cuts because you can hear it where this crack is going right up over the top, and wanting to induce some wobble and some vibration, so I'm taking it easy. Another reason why I got this tape on here. Let's see, how does that look to me? I think a little more. I was wondering if that would come loose. That's alright. Actually, no, it's not. I want to save that. Whoops. Let's see if I can find it immediately. Probably not now. Yeah, too late for that. Alright. Whoopsie daisy, I probably should have kept that. I could have glued it right in there, but that's okay. Still going to get filled with brass. Alright, let's see. Let's take a look again at our depth. So I am going to take it down a little bit on the inside, but I didn't want to have to remove stuff that, and besides that crack goes right down into the center. I didn't want that point to get, either bore a hole that I would have to take too much material away with, or skip around a little bit off center and not. Alright, so that is my depth. On the inside, so I can take it down a little bit and still be within a decent thickness because of this feature. So this is very nice. And now I guess I'll start the hollowing. Let's see, let's move some things around here. Move all of the abrasives out of the way. There we go. Slide the tailstock out of the way. Yeah, I thought you were still loose. Okay. All that clears, very good. Here we go. Let's see, do I want to take any more off that? No, I think it looks pretty good. So I'm just pushing the tool with my thumb as it goes in. Not a lot of pressure. Okay, let's see. Thinner. Again, taking my time because this is a tricky piece of wood. I think I can go thinner than that. Actually, I know I can. I think I should. Because it's unplugged. Bear with me 1 second, folks. I got to plug in my backlight here. Okay, there we are. Now we have a backlight. Let's see, any thinner? Let me think about this. The piece is going to be about that tall. Yeah, we'll go thinner. But first we will gauge the wall thickness. That seems pretty even. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, there we go. I think that is a good thickness. I think now I'm going to give this, I'm curious to see how this scraper might do in here. All experimentation and fun, right? If I take it easy, everything should be okay. So allow me to remind people that they should not do anything on the lathe that they are not comfortable with. This is, like I said, a tricky piece of timber because of all that. I would not have tackled this without filling it or whatever first, if it wasn't for the time behind the wheel, I guess, the practice that I've had. Even so, I'm erring on the side of caution and safety because this could fly apart at any time. The chuck is holding everything together, and I'm taking really light cuts, but I got to get down into the bottom now. Check that wall thickness. So I'm good to right there. All right. Got a good burr on my negative reg scraper. Go a little bit deeper, and it seems to be doing all right even with that split in it. Oh, time to go put a fresh burr on here. Okay. Almost there. Let's see. Getting closer. Time for another burr. think I will just leave that running for now. All the way good down to here. So I just got to work on this little bit of area there. So I'm working with my negative grade scraper with the handle up so that the cutting edge has less than a 90-degree angle to the wood. That did it. So one more burr, I can do a cleanup cut on the bottom. Turn it up on its side so I get a really sheer cut. Oh, very nice. Got just a touch to clean up right there. Using the magic of the burr. Oh yeah, there we go. This bark inclusion down here has got me bounced around just a bit. I gotta touch that up a little. Really light cuts. Look at those shavings though. That'll do. Okay, so I can put these two guys away. Okay. That looks like half a bead. Unravel this tape a bit. So when I applied this tape, I did apply it opposite to the rotation. Well, that's not okay. I guess I'm going to use some more tape, so that as it comes around, that little flap won't keep kicking up. Oh, that's right, it's over here. Okay. There we go. Yep, because it's Twist Tuesday. Smiley, smiley, Carly. Yes, ma'am. So did you have a good time turning Saturday? I'm curious to see what you turned for the bring back. Which I guess I'll see Saturday, won't I? Okay, let's go ahead and remove this. All right. So I was hoping to save a little bit of the bark there, and then that's exactly what it looks like, a little bit. That's okay, because we'll have this in there. That'll be filled with brass, so I want to finish this bead. Two on there. Yeah, I think two will look nice. Make sure I don't get my fingers near that crack. That might hurt. Okay. Put that guy to the side for a sec. Nice. That came out very nice. Okay. Whoa, man, the surface on that is just lovely. Let's grab. Oh, no, I thought I lost a pencil to the shavings there, but get rid of that mark. Still a little, just a touch thick in the bottom, but that's okay. All right, let's get this guy off the lathe. So I'm not going to reverse this and turn this off. I actually want to keep this part. I will turn this down a little, but I'm going to create a base for it so it looks like, you know, the egg cups do with that little round swoop base. It'll probably be about yay high. But I got to fill this in first and then do the resin pour. So we're further along than we were, so that's good. All right. Now this guy. I don't care about the outside of this one. There's my 3, 4, 1, 2. It doesn't need to be round, but the inside does. At least for what I have in mind. Yeah, let's see. Okay, I don't have to take out too much. Face shield for this guy because he's got a crack even though it's glued. It does travel the whole length of it. Trying to take care of this thing. I don't want to get a catch on the inside. More, please. Oh, so very close. All right. That I will finish off with the negative rake scraper because I need to round out the bottom a little bit. I was turning at 400, didn't even realize it. Okay. I must monitor my depth. I can't go past here. And this was my depth. The second line is a mismark. So that's about it there, right there. Okay. I can work with that. Let's raise this up some. So get my scraper in there. And let's go get the scraper, put a new burr on it. I don't seem to be talking much, but I got the face shield in front of my face, and not only is it echo in my ears, I don't think you can hear me all that well anyway. like it. That'll do. This may not be a tall enough mold. If not, I'll use it for something else. Well, I got a little bit I could play with. Yeah, I'll take it down further. See how that looks. Now we're right there. I think I'll stop there. I don't want to get too thin and let the resin leak out. So now I'm going to well, first I'm going to fix that little tool mark, and then I'm going to fill this crack here, which you can't see from that angle. Fill this crack here on the inside to keep any resin inside there. Right after I dress up the rim. Takes care of that. Oh, perfect, perfect. The idea is that, and what's probably going to happen is I'm going to drill a hole in the bottom here after this is filled. Excuse me, I'm going to drill a hole in the bottom here so I can pour the resin in, so that all the bubbles come up to here. I don't believe. That's if I make the egg part of this. If I leave it, that's perfect. Holy cow. Couldn't ask for better. That's nice. That is true. Yeah, I can't ask for better than that. All right. So I'm either going to pour the resin through here once this is sealed and the inside crack here is sealed, or I'm going to use this as half a mold for the egg that I'm going to make, and then make another half for it if it's not quite tall enough. But that is just an absolute perfect fit right there. Love it, love it, love it. All right, I can get rid of the face shield now because I'm not turning this guy anymore. But I am going to sand a little bit, and I don't know if, did I get my thin CA glue? I did. Very good. So basically I'm just going to fill the cracks with CA glue and the sawdust from the sanding. just to make sure that, or do my best to make sure anyway, that the resin doesn't escape. Through that route anyway. So as I'm sanding right over the wet CA glue, and it's forcing the shavings down into the crack, and they're saturated with glue. So I'll hit this one more time with CA glue and then accelerator, and that should be sealed just fine. And let's not shoot up the CA glue with the accelerant. Let's shoot this up. A little bit of it foamed up there. So I got this idea rolling around in my head that it's either going to be a resin egg that I'm going to hollow out, or a wood and resin egg. I'm not sure which yet. Alright, that should be good and sealed. So this piece is now finished. It is only made it to save the wood from tossing it and turning it into a mold. Let's see, I don't see any other cracks on the inside. The sad thing was, if you look here, I got rid of the pith. You know what, let's switch cameras. Go to here. There we go. So I got rid of the pith, but that's almost exactly where the crack started. It was just a little bit off to the side of where the pith used to be, but the pith was gone from both sides, and this side didn't split. So the stresses in the wood here must have been a whole lot more than on this side. But anyway, there's our mold. Okay, let's move these aside. I'm going to set these two inside really quick. And let's check out chat really quick before I move on to the next gig. What do we got here? Nothing new. All right. Oops. There we go. That didn't work out so well. There we go. Hey, maybe everybody could do me a favor, man. Just type in howdy on the chat. I appreciate you joining me this evening. Type in a howdy. Let me know you're here. Okay, what's next? This guy. So this was... I think I'll wait on this guy too. This was going to be a calabash style bull. Got rid of the pith, but again, got a crack on one side of it. So I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with this guy yet, now that I see that. So, let's move on to this guy. And I don't think I need this chuck anymore. So this is a piece of maple root. It's not a burl or anything like that. It was the actual taproot that I turned and carved. This is a Douglas fir, I believe. Yeah, Douglas fir. So I'm making a little flower box out of it. As you can see, I've got the flower petals pretty much carved. Now I'm working on the lid for it. So we'll say, I vote for a wood and resin egg. All right, thank you. Noted. Hey, how about that, man? Let's throw that poll out. How about that? Let's throw a poll out there. Can I do that? I can do that. Right? Come on now. You can do this. Well, that's just funny. There we go. Chat appearance, blah, 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 deleted messages, blah, 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 tasks. Set font. Well, I guess that's not it. All right, so we'll close that one off. We'll just type it in then. There. It's voting day, so Kyle votes with me. Wait, is it? I thought it was... Oh, wait. I get so confused on national and local and all that some days. Okay, this is going to be a little interesting because this is Douglas fir. And this particular piece, that's odd, is almost kind of punky. Not quite. It's still good solid wood. Just getting some... Oh! Well, it used to be anyway. Hopefully that didn't mean it broke. Okay, safety glasses and this guy. Make sure my spindle gouge, yep, it's at the right spot. That's pretty steady. Alright, so I'm going to shape the lid, and then I have some other pieces, parts that I'm going to create a handle with that is, at least in my best guesstimation, going to appear to be looking like a flower on top of a flower. How about that? That's like Inception, right? Flower on top of a flower. I don't know if I'm using the reference correctly, but hey, what the hell. Okay. So I'm only traveling as fast as the tool can cut. It's a soft wood. I don't want to force it because then it will get tear out. I just want the tool to do the work. All I'm doing is guiding it. that surface looks like. And not too bad for fur. Yep, sure did break it open, so I'm going to glue that here in a minute. Let's clean that crack out. So I can actually get the glue in there. And that was the thin glue, so I'm going to grab the thicker glue. And at the same time, switch brands on you, man. Alright, so that is, I'm going to say that that's probably okay for now. I want to glue it and then be able to leave it alone. So let's do a little bit of sanding on that guy. Put my abrasives back. I want that guy. So got my lathe speed down. Did get a little bit of tear out, but it's not bad, and it's fur, so it sands away pretty quickly. That's looking pretty good. All right. Put the glue off to the side since I don't need it yet. Oh, that might get tricky. Let me think about that. You know what? I am going to glue it now. So that the crack doesn't spread up into the handle where I need to cut next. And I'll adjust the placement of the lid on the chuck so that the crack is actually on the center of a jaw. That is some thick glue now. Oh good, it started going in already. Now I need this guy. Give that a hot shot. And try not to give it too much pressure from the chuck. That should be a good enough hold right there. Okay, what the hell am I going to do here? Let's see. This guy was going to be... That guy could be too. So this was going to be the petals that open up underneath the bulb of the flower, but that might... You know what? I think I'm going to use that. So I don't need this piece. I like to keep my scraps around, man. Slow this thing down. Oh, it's only at 600 now. Okay. That is the darndest thing. This LED light's really messing with it. Oh, it's that LED light. There. That's better. Let's see here. I think... Well, I definitely need to take this down. It might do, it might not. Hang on this other light. There we go. Let's take a look at this feller. How much room do I have? Got not much to make a cup shape out of that, although that would look really cool. But I have to turn this again also just to get the right shape. So I think this will work okay. Looks to be about the right shape. Yeah. I'd like a larger one. That'll work. That'll be fine. That'll work. All right. Next trick is to cut a 3/8 inch hole in the center there. To hold my support for all of this inside the handle. Okay, I don't need that guy and I don't need that guy, so I can put these two away and get them out of the way. Okay, Lucas chuck. I want to add a little bit of stability to the handle, and I also have this already bored out to 3/8. But that way I'm not relying just on the glue bond between the fur and the cocobolo. I'll also have, well, I believe it's going to be ash, but I'm not sure. Okay, 3/8 drill. Let us make sure. Through. That is 1/2 inch. Okay, it's a 1/2 inch hole. Never mind. That ought to be deep enough. Okay. Alright, so I want to flatten out the bottom of this hole, so I'm going to use my box scraper to do that. It's a handy little tool, that is. Let's flip it around this way. Okay, size check. Very good. That will be just fine. Yep. Where was I? Oh, yep. That's mighty low. Oh, because that slipped. Man. I hate it when it does that. That moved on me. Let's see, where's my spot? There's my spot. I drilled a little spot down here on my tool rest post that would capture that Allen nut. But it still does vibrate loose. All right. See, how far can I take that down? I could go a little more, but comparing the diameter of this to the diameter of the handle, I think I'll leave it where it's at. I never asked you after I leave you in the morning. You don't have to turn away. All right, let's see what we got here. It's looking pretty clean. I'll hit that with 220, which is this guy. Get back here. Got a few tool marks to get rid of, and by tool marks I mean sanding marks. Fortunately, they are very light. So there's my glue line. That's looking pretty good. All right, there we go. So there's that guy. This guy can come off now. Sweet. Okie dokie. Let's see. This is for the end game. I need my pin jaws. Nope, that's not the right key. Okay, let's make sure that's running true. Well, all right. I'll say yes, it is. All right, now I could use a skew on this. Did that fall off? No, it did not. Very good. But instead, I'll use a bull gouge, unhandled, and pull cuts. Which means I got to lower this guy. There we go. And we'll go for 1/2 inch in diameter, which I actually have set on this guy, if I remember correctly. Yep. So my arms are locked at my sides. My hands are pretty much locked in position by, I'm touching it's almost like a golf grip, I guess, but I got my hands touching and steady, and I'm just moving my whole body to the right. I want to make sure, yep, does not fit yet. I left the calipers a little bit wide. There we go. Just to have a little bit I could sneak down to. Pretty even except for right there. thickness. Alright, that'll do, I think. I wonder if this will let me use it as a jam chuck. Let's find out. Yeah, it's running true at least. That's nice. Alright, that's that bit. Came off as a jam chuck. Kind of looks like a poppy bulb, doesn't it? Okay, let's sand that up. Piece of abrasive. There we go. So I'm doing my best to use a light touch with the sandpaper. It's really all I need anyway is just a light touch, but for one, it's on a jam chuck, and for two, well, as I said before, you don't have to mash the abrasive down onto the surface of whatever it is you're turning to get it to abrade. So, sand with the grain a little bit. Coca-Cola really does like to load up the abrasive. Just loading it up on the edges there. Yeah, that's going to look really nice when it's got finish on it. Got to sand with the grain. And now I'm going to open this up. In theory, anyway. Making a little bit of cup here because on the very top I'm going to turn a sphere out of this, and that sphere is going to set right there. And that should do. Let's get rid of that sharp corner. No sharp corners, man. Now we can take this guy out. That should be about the right size and right diameter for the little guy I'm going to turn here shortly. Take that out. Actually, I'll go ahead and park this guy off, or cut it off rather. I don't know what my end length is going to be yet. I will have to trim some off, I know. That's why I made it a little bit longer intentionally. There we go. There's my dowel. Okay, let's put this away. Over there, you sit over there, you sit over there. Oh, happy day, the fireworks have started. What flippin' holiday do we have now that they gotta light off fireworks? There we go. Running true. there. You stay up there. Let's see, it would make more sense if I went this way. There we go. How in the world did I all of a sudden get too high? End cut is there. Yeah, that's the right size. That'll work. All right. A little bit more. This fish scale oak can be kind of interesting to sand every now and then, but I got a really nice eye on both sides. Yeah, that fits nicely. I like it. So this side will be the side that goes down. Now would be a good time to have a skew. So I'll grab this one. I guess you can't really see that. Let me try it from this side. Get a little nubbin off of there. Hey, nope, don't roll away. Where am I going to put you that you won't roll away? There we go. Done with this guy. And done with this guy. And actually, wow, it's 10 o'clock. Huh. Thought it was later. Not doing too bad. 10 o'clock. Let's see what we got for the new. Anything new in chat? TC Smo says it's the primaries for voting. Yes, I heard that. Had one here last week. Gotcha. Paranoid Squad says, hi, Dave. Hey, man. How you doing? Okay, let's put this away. And now we get to play with this guy. This guy right here. This guy right here. And this guy right here. You know what? I'll put you in the shaving so you don't roll away. Oh, that would make sense, wouldn't it, Dave? All right, how far can I go down in there? Oops, let's sand this off a bit. Get those sawed off edges clean. So I should go a little bit lower. A little bit lower. You know, that'll work. Take it down just a little bit more, just in case there's a, you know what? What am I doing? I need to glue this guy. Do I need to glue this guy? I probably should glue this guy. So let's do that. Be the wrong tool to use. How about that tool? Okay, so that will work okay, and we're going to use wood glue for this guy. So I've got to wander into the house to pick it up. Okay. You know what? It makes more sense to put it inside here. Not going to need a ton. A little bit more. Little bit more. Little bit more. Let's see, look, we're way down in the light there. I think I can still see just a bit. That'll do right there. Alright, so I need to wood glue this guy. And while I'm at it, just take the excess glue out of here. Wow, I'm having all kinds of troubles here. There we go. Yeah, that looked pretty cool, man. So I need to glue this guy down. Let's find the... Where do I want it to line up? I think that would be lovely right there, maybe. Let's see what we got here. That lines up there. So yeah, we'll call that... Whoops. Call that the spot that we're lining it up on. I was afraid of that, but easy cleanup. Alright, I need to set you somewhere. You're not going to disappear. So I can grab just a little bit of water here. Throw a paper towel in for my throat. Get as much of that glue off as possible so it doesn't mess up any kind of finish. And we were lining it up over here. Just like that. Come on now. Here, let's take a look at this first really quick. Make sure that I know where I can add the glue. All right. And line up one of these eyes with the front. So cool, there's the lid. Need to do a little bit more work on the box before I put finish on it, but I promise to share it with you on this channel. It got moved. Oops. Looks like I need just a touch more glue. got my paper towel a little too wet. I will need this guy. I find these picks really handy when I need to do little operations like this to get into a tight spot. Do some cleanup. There we go. I think that did it. And we'll set this guy aside, let it dry, do its thing. I think that's going to look really nice with finish on it. Alrighty, what's next? Let's see. Move that wet towel over. I have this guy. What did I have this guy for? Oh, yeah, right. I had this for the base of the egg cup, so we're not doing that right now. Let's do this. Ooh, no, it wasn't. It was for this guy. Oh, yeah. So, hopefully y'all remember this guy. Did it just a couple weeks ago. Me and my OCD lining up the grain. You should have seen me at the, well, you probably could imagine it at the show. It's like every time people came through the booth, I'm over there straightening things up. Oh my God, it's terrible. Terrible. Okay, I don't need the parting tool for now. I do need this guy, which means I want this guy. So this one I'm kind of winging it. I don't know what shape I want. I'm not even sure what exactly the full plan is. I'm just going to throw this piece of timber up here and go for it. Because I think it's fun. So this is an old piece of cherry. It looks like it's oxidized a little bit, but it's a really, really deep, dark red. And I got this from the teaching assistant at Construction Trades at the Northwest Educational Center. Had an old, he's clearing out a barn, had an old four-poster bed completely made out of cherry that the termites had. I wonder if I've got a piece I could show you. The termites had chewed. Nope, not that guy. Termites had chewed up. Yeah, there we go. So that's termites. So termites had chewed up one of the legs like they'd gone all the way up and hollowed the whole dang thing out, man. But the other three legs, this one was the second worst. And the other ones were in pretty decent shape. They didn't get them too bad, at least to the parts that I wanted to use. So anyway, it's golly, I think at least 80 years old. I can't remember exactly what he said, 80 or 100. It's old stuff. Okay, so this is, and where did that go? Where did you put it, Dave? There's the glue bottle. We don't need that. We need this. And that is 5/8 of an inch. I can handle that. see that from this angle. For some reason I keep typing in chat, man. I'm not trying to type in chat. I don't need that guy. Well, I will need that guy. No, I don't. I just don't need this guy. Oh, hello. You're now going to do that to me. Yep, I think I got a piece of wood back in there and a little shaving that didn't let this chuck seat properly. Okay, I'm going to drill a 5/8 inch hole. Using that center mark. Okay, now, how do I want this to look? That would look kind of cool, actually. In my head, I'm seeing it, but I'm not talking out loud. So if I make a cup here, I'm not sure about that, though. Let's see. Oh, I know what I'll do. Let me try this. Let's move this glue out of the way. So I'm going to invert the curve on this side to match the curve on this side. And I need to drill that hole first. So we are off to grab the Jacob's chuck. So I'm going to use a Forstner bit on this guy because I know it's 5/8 and it'll be all right if the brad point leaves a hole in the bottom. I don't care. Nobody's ever going to see it. What I'm really looking for is a straight, true hole, the kind that a Forstner bit can give you. That's not right. What's the deal here? There we go. So I'm drilling right into end grain. Okay, I think that was all I needed there. Let's double check that depth against my tenon. I could go a little bit deeper. No, wait, that is the depth. Yeah, I'll go just a touch deeper anyway. It's almost like I'm boring a cannon, right? Almost. For some reason, it brings Mythbusters to mind. Oh yeah, they did a wooden cannon once to test out a myth. Turned out it worked. Once, but it worked. Just keep moving on. Okay, so I know that this guy is going to have a nice happy home right here. Like so. Can move that guy. Now, okay, thinkity think. That's all going to clear, right? Oh, I got to see that. Cool. If I make that reverse curve, and then can I undercut that? Let's see. How will I undercut that? How will I undercut that? I think it will be with the spindle gouge. So let's match that curve. Am I on center? I'm on center. But let's take the workhorse. We'll go ahead. Oh, you know what I can do? Do this. That's interesting. Something is off here, so let's double check. Rotating headstock. Stuff was not quite. My centers weren't quite lining up. There we go. Yes, there we are. Okay, running at 400. Let's speed it up some. Got the tailstock up just so I can really hog this off. That works. So it's going to need to be a little bit flatter. We can do that. Maybe I should have waited on the hole. I'm going to have to drill it again. That's all right. There we go. A little bit flatter. Now I need to make this a little rounder. Something like this, I hope. Almost had it. Came out of the cut. There we go. Can you see that? I don't know. Can you see that on camera? Oh, I guess you can. Okay, cool. Let me bring this up just a little bit more. Okay. It's a kind of a cool optical illusion. Oh, that's lovely. Oh man, that's awesome. But I can take one more skin off that. How's my chotness? Pretty good. Alright, so learning from Mark Gardner about the most efficient way to use a spindle gouge. I'm going to dress this up on the grinder here in just a second. But I want you, and when I come back, I'll try to talk through it as I go. But you'll see the mechanics of how this works. It's just going to be thumb pressure that's moving the tool. Just my thumb. And this hand, I know where my end cut is going to be. It's going to be right about there, so my thumb's right on top. So I'm going to move the tool over, and that's not quite where I want the tool rest. I think that'll work. Yeah, so I'm going to move the tool over, get into the uncomfortable position with this hand, and all that's going to happen is my hand is only going to come straight up. I'm not turning the tool, although it looks like that. Let me put a refresh the edge on this spindle gouge right quick. Readjusting the profile on my spindle gouge, it's not quite right. Won't take very long. Let's take a look here. Pretty close. Pretty close, doesn't cut it. That'll do. Oh, I know what I forgot to do. Let's do that. I'm going to hone this tool to get rid of the burr, or actually refine the burr, I should say, on this tool that was left by the grinding wheel. So I've got a piece of flexible leather and some old 320, basically emery abrasive, and I'm just going to run it down there twice. This I picked up from Eric Lofstrom, which I believe he's out in Oregon. So what it has done is the wheel put a burr on this, and that burr curled over into the flute. So now I've pushed it out. Cut off the weaker parts of it, and now I'm going to clean up the outside of the bevel with the diamond card. One of these days I'll get the coordination to be able to do this all the way through one side. Maybe I'll make it this time, I don't know. Okay, so I don't know if that's visible or not, but there's little tiny little shavings on there. That was the burr on this tool. What I'm looking for right along the very top edge is a shiny surface. And it's a very, very, very thin line. I don't know if it'll, I mean, I'm pretty sure I've shown this before, but if I can get the, yeah, that looks like that might be the right light. You can see that very, very, very thin line right along the cutting edge. And what that is that I have pushed that burr back over, ground off, again, the weak stuff. And I'll hit it one more time. Yep, there was another piece of burr that needed to come off. So now it's honed, and that edge and that burr are thicker, or the burr is thicker, so it'll last longer. And I've done this in places. I usually do it more where I don't have a grinder available. I will hone the tools that I think I'm going to use the most, and then deal with the rest. There's that line. And the edges last a lot longer. It's just like sharpening a knife, where you got to remove that burr, remove that burr, remove that burr, get right to the proper apex of the cutting edge, which is what that line actually indicates. Is that is the proper apex of that cutting edge to get a sharp knife, a very sharp knife. You can get around not doing that, and your edge won't last as long and all that. That's okay. But I found with the turning tools, it does in fact make the edge last longer. So it's going to be thumb pressure pushing the tool. I know my end cut is going to be right here, so I'm going to have to really shift. So that means I got to put my whole body into. This is my comfortable end position right here. So I got to put my whole body into an uncomfortable position to get this tool in the right spot. And then I'm just moving as fast as the tool can cut. My right hand is only coming up. It's not rotating. I'm not intentionally twisting it. It's just the bottom mechanics. Push it into a neutral position. So now I've ended at my neutral position. I'm quite comfortable here. And I got a really nice surface. I'm going to have to drill again, but I want to double check my curve. Yeah. That's lovely. Okay, so I need to drill this in a little deeper, and then I'll start working on the rest. So bring back the Jacob's chuck. And the 5/8 Forstner bit. There we go. Hooray, the fireworks are over apparently. I guess I could be really grateful that, or I don't know if should be is even the right word, but I could be grateful that most Americans don't have to live in a place where they hear those kinds of sounds all the time. I'm sure there are some bad areas in some cities that aren't so safe, and those kinds of noises can be heard often. Hello. No. Don't come out of there. But I don't care for them because I've heard it enough. But that's just me. I'm sure there's quite a few other vets might feel the same way, but It's an individual thing. I don't want to stop people from celebrating whatever they want to celebrate. But to me, it sounds suspiciously like gunfire and mortar rounds. And cannons and shells. Okay, I think I'll need to bring out the box scraper just to widen that hole just a touch. Whoopsie daisy, that shouldn't be happening. That shouldn't even be in there. Okay, box scraper, there you are. How are we doing on time? Got 15 minutes left. Well, that's all right. We got a good start on several projects that needed some attention, at least in my mind. So they didn't sit around too long all lonesome. Raise up my tool rest a bit. This is a scraper. Is that deep enough? Yes. And the curve matches were good. I took a little bit much out of there, didn't I? We'll have to fix that. So we will fix that right now. See what we got here. Let's see, is that too small? Yep. Alrighty, how's about this guy? Oh, just about right. Cool. Just a friendly, everyday, ordinary tree branch. Come on now. That guy down, this guy out, this guy over. And grab the rounder end. So I'm going to plug that hole and then re-drill it. Nobody's going to see it. Except for you guys. I'm going to want a skew. I'll take that guy. I like this skew. It's my first skew. I like this skew. Change things a bit. Actually, it might be easier because I am getting some flex here. If I shorten this dude up because I don't need that much of it. I'll grab it there. There we go. Which end is rounder? That one, I think. Or should I go with that end? I'll go with that end. All right. Okay. Let's get this guy trued up. Woo! Glad I checked that. I'll set you down there. All right. Well, not quite all the bark. Let's check the fit here. Means you gotta move, dude. Okay. That'll do. Excuse me. Wow. Nope, leave that alone. Put the skew away. Sorry, excuse me, I'm choking on my own saliva. Not as much fun as it sounds, actually. So, somewhere in there. Okay, get this guy out of here. Let's put you in a stubby bucket. Let me grab the Thixier that I thought I had out here. There it is. That's the end that goes down. And we will seat this dude and get back to turning, in theory. Except somehow or another that got plugged. That's a bummer. Excuse me. Dang it. Let's try that again. guy. Ooh. Yeah, I knew that was coming. Oh no, what happened? There we go. Let's use this guy. Really press it in there. Give it a shot. For 3. I'm ready to re-drill. Well, at least once I get the Jacobs chuck anyway. How we doing on time? I got about 5 minutes left. That's all right. We'll get this part done. And I do plan on continuing this piece tomorrow night. So if you want to see it continue to progress, tune in tomorrow night, 8 o'clock to 11 p.m. Wood Turning Wednesday. Come on, get up there. Of course it's not going to cut. You cut the bottom disc out of it. There we go. So there's a little bit of uncured glue in there. Not anymore. Clean this guy off because there was some CA glue on that. And it's a little warm, by golly. There we go. I want to clean up that mess. So we will do it with What's abrasive? How about that one? Got to thinking, since I'm going to be gluing this together, now would be a really good time to sand this. So I'm going to have to try to bend in weird positions to try to get the sandpaper up in there. Alright, test fit number 1. We'll have to take just a bit out, just not so much like last time. Beauty of this particular process is that if I don't get it right the first time, I can put another plug in there and try it again. And I'm not losing the main piece. I don't have to cut it away to get to another spot to drill a new hole or anything like that. That's kind of a drag. Quite. It's just the wildest summer, man. I'm sitting out here in the summer with the lights on in a garage in the dark, and there's like maybe 3 flies, no other bugs. What is wrong with that picture? I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not a fan of mosquitoes and that kind of thing, but where the hell are they? Almost so close. Oh man, just a little more. I was afraid I was gonna take too much on that go. Is that it? Not quite. Ah, get out of there. I'd like a nice close fit, but I don't want to have to hammer it in there. So I'm just using the side of this now. It's got a burr. I'm just kind of pulling it to the side to kind of shave the side down a little bit. I think that's it. Oh, man, no, just a touch more. That's it right there. Cool. All right, so we're back in business. So I got the curves matched. This is sanded. Tomorrow night I will continue the rest of the process and we'll get this guy built, man. We'll see what comes out of my brain. But this box will be completed tomorrow night. All right. Thank you very much for joining me this evening. It's time I usually wrap it up. If there are any questions or comments or anything like that you'd like to share in chat, please do so. I will use the last few minutes for anybody that didn't get the chance to get to their keyboard, or if you have any questions you just thought of. My name is Dave. I'm a woodturner. I started this channel to become a better teacher and demonstrator, but also to become a better turner and help people like you become better turners too. I started turning this therapy for PTSD. As you can see, I've got a passion for it, clearly, but it's like some of the best therapy that actually, it is the best therapy I've ever had. Well, it's in the top 3. How about that? Anyway, I want that to shine through, and I talk to as many people as I can about the therapeutic benefits of art, and in my case, turning in particular, because I'm a wood turner. Anyway, as I said before, thank you for joining me. I will finish this project tomorrow night, Wednesday night, 8 to 11 p.m. If you miss that broadcast, it will be up on YouTube before the weekend. So if you can't make it tomorrow night, I'm going to miss you. But you'll be able to catch any past broadcasts on my YouTube channel, YouTube // at Dave_Rife. Take you right to my channel. Just subscription, I think, is all it takes. Subscribe to the channel. You can access the entire library. And if you like what you were viewing this evening, you had a good time, please consider joining our community here and follow this channel. That way you'll get all of the notices when the show is going live, and any kind of updates. Like last Wednesday, I had to cancel because of the art show that I was doing this last weekend. I was just really crunched for time. But I was able to send that out, and I'm assuming everyone got it. I don't send it to myself. I probably should. That might be a good idea. That way I can that will help me track that. I hope that y'all had a good time. I hope you stay friendly. And I hope to see you here tomorrow evening at 8 o'clock, right here on Twitch for Wood Turning Wednesday. Thanks again for joining me. I'll see you guys later.